Hey, good morning, everyone. It is September 18th, 2022. Today, right now I'm still drinking my coffee, but I decided to go ahead and hand carve a logo because I don't have my materials in from my shell supplier yet to send to my laser engraver. So I'm just going to do it by hand to get it knocked out because the guitar is in finish, and in order to get the neck completely into finish, I got to inlay this logo into the peg head. So I just carved this out of a piece of curly maple, like right there. Cut it with a jeweler saw, filed it smooth, and yeah, let me show you guys how this is going to be inlaid in the peg head. Okay, so this inlay is going to be going into this peg head right where it's traced out. Basically, I have to now Dremel that channel out and fit this in like a puzzle piece. This is going to look a lot better than my previous video, which is the cutting board inlay, which was ebony into maple. This is going to be maple into black. So it's going to be a lot easier, a lot cleaner. It's going to look exactly like that K that I have carved out. That's why it's important to file it and make it look perfect. However, this peg head, you can see it's kind of splotchy looking. This thing isn't even wood. This is a free piece of phenolic fiberboard, I think it was. One of the vendors gave it to me at NAMM. I believe it was some company out of Delaware. They gave me like a couple pieces of this to try out and use to see how it is. And so since this instrument here is not perfect in any way, it is just, it's a prototype instrument. This guitar is basically for me to relearn how to build guitars. So I just have some paper towels stuffed in here, so when I spray it, I don't get finish all over my truss rod right there. Number 10, Manta 7. All right, I'm gonna show you guys the body, how that's turning out. All right, here's the Manta 7 body. Right now I have it in finish. It's about 3 days into finish. Right now I'm doing some pit repairs and things. There's some little nicks and dents and imperfections right there. So I just fill those with some CA glue, let them dry naturally. Do not spray catalyst on those or they'll bubble white and then it just looks ugly. But the rest of the body is pretty much level sanded, and it just needs a final satin coat. I don't want to keep it shiny at all. I want it satin, just like all my other black guitars. I don't like the shiny stuff. So we got to level these off, wet sand, and one final coat, but we're going to do that tomorrow. This coat of nitrocellulose lacquer still needs another day to cure before I can scuff sand it and do my final spray. So for now, we'll go ahead and we'll inlay this into here, and then we can resume finishing on this peg head. The rest of the neck is actually done. It's all done with tung oil, the entire thing. So this is all tung oil. The fretboard is all tung oil, but you can see the frets. Try to go slow so you can see the details there. This is how a fret job should look. Nice and clean. No chatter marks, nothing like that. Basically, I just have a clamping caul on the back and on the top to prevent any tooling damage on the already finished neck. We still obviously are going to have to finish the peg head once this dries, and we have to sand it flat, refinish it real quick. Okay, next, this had adequate time to dry, so we'll go ahead and we'll scrape these flat, we'll wet sand, and we'll do our final coat of nitrocellulose. All right, so in order to level off those bubbles of CA glue on the top of that guitar over there, I'll show you what I do. It's the most effective way that I've seen somebody else do it. I learned this in Roberto Venn School of Luthery. All you basically need is tape. Doesn't have to be blue tape. Actually, better if it's thinner tape, like that really thin invisible tape stuff. That works even better. I just don't have any. A razor blade, a brand new razor blade, and a screwdriver, right? A vise also helps, but you can also hold it like this to do it, and you'll see what I mean in a second. So we'll clamp it in the vise. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna burnish and roll over this brand new fresh edge. So I drew a little thing here. Basically, right now, your razor blade looks like that. It's nice and sharp. We're gonna take this screwdriver and we're just gonna roll that over to make a hook. So right now I can feel a little edge on the side because I rolled that over. Like, it's not a great drawing, but a little hook on the edge. And so that's gonna allow me to use it as a scraper. It's not perfect yet. I'm gonna do this a couple times. Actually, I think it's the screwdriver. It's not perfectly smooth. You need some hardened steel to do this correctly, and I don't think this screwdriver is that great. I'm gonna find a better piece of steel, do that again, roll it over. All right, I know for a fact this hammer is hardened steel, so I found a nice smooth part on it, so we're gonna use that. Make sure it's clamped in there good. And we're gonna start off by not going straight across, but we're gonna start off by going like this to have it slowly start hooking over. I'm just pushing that edge over. There we go. You hear it? So here's what the tape is used for. There's some factory grease on this. Let me clean this off. Now we're gonna take tape and we're gonna just wrap this like this. So what we're doing here is leaving a little open area and two higher spots that we can set on top of the guitar. I'll just demonstrate it. All right, so now instead of explaining it, I'll just show you. When you set this on top, the tape is protecting the top of the guitar from the razor blade. But there's an open spot in the middle where I can scrape that high point away, right? So that's why thinner tape is even better than the blue tape, because the thinner tape allows you to level this even closer to the top of the guitar. And I'll probably have to switch this out for some invisible tape. I'll have to go find some or buy some. But for demonstration purposes, there. It's still raised up about the thickness of the tape. See that? It's almost perfectly flush and it's taken off little slivers. All right, so it's been about an hour and this is 30-minute slow cure epoxy. So this should be good to unclamp, sand it flat, see the logo. We've got the body, we got it level sanded and I sprayed another coat on it. I actually burned through, so I had to do a little bit of repairs on that because it burned through the black down to the wood. So let's go ahead and unclamp this. We'll take a look at the logo. All right, looks good so far. All we have to do now is sand it flat and we got ourselves a logo. You can get a good idea of what it looks like, but once this is finished, that'll blend right in. Let me go ahead and spray a coat of finish on that and show you again. All right, there we go. One coat of finish on it, and our peg head is pretty much done. All right, there is the completed headstock. I took that paper towel out of there because I'm done spraying. Now over there, you can see the body. It is gloss. I ran out of my satin lacquer, and so I'm basically building it up with gloss, and my final coat is gonna be satin. So right now it's just curing. Once I get my satin lacquer in, I'll go ahead and level sand it, scuff sand it, spray some lacquer, and then we can do our final assembly. All right, so that's all I got for today. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you learned something, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.